thing is,
that's why hoes get rings. The lame gonna marry you. So I don't care.
Hold on.
That's what I'm about to say. It's somebody. I mean,
man, listen,
wait a minute. Hold on.
A lame. What I say? What we consider? I ain't gonna say we because we don't engage in those activities. But what most people consider a lame gonna marry a hoe. That's how they get wife. Cause he gonna do everything. Cause I mean,
Like a
he
simp.
never.
You talking about a simp?
He ain't.
A fair.
we
A
talking
lame.
about motherfucking Travis Hunter.
Alright,
Stupid ass.
Travis Hunter gonna marry a hoe, you feel me? Or Travis Hunter type niggas gonna marry the hoe.
Yeah.
Cause she bad to him, he ain't never had nothing that look like that. You feel me? So she finna, not only is she finna be able to sit at the house and not do a bitch ass thing, but all she gotta do is throw that thing a couple times and go meet everybody he know. So
Or
he
hold
can
that
say,
thing hostage.
that too.
Don't throw it at all.
That, Now he a dump. If you sipping and you ain't getting no coochie, get up out of there, boy.
I
Get
know
up out of there.
It's some simps
Ain't no
out
way
there.
you sipping and ain't getting no coochie. You
It's
can't
some-
do both.
Is you be surprised. I'm
saying
surprised.
you can do
at
both.
how many
What
simps
is-
Man, we had this lady who I found this a very interesting video, and she's 100% right. She said to the fact that the simps, excuse me, the simps are the ones that save 304s and marry 304s. You know, they are the ones, the lames, the simps, however they wanted to put it to be politically correct. She used Travis Hunter, she the baddest in the world. And you got to understand, a lot of these dudes ain't got their heart broke. Your heartbreak make you open up your eyes, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, that's true. And every guy been there before where you would have, every guy does this, when you with a woman that's your girlfriend, or even if you just kicking it with, you overlooking flaws. Some guys live by don't ask, don't tell. And then, eventually that's one of the worst things that you can do. But you want to know. I always tell niggas that, like, you want to know. But she's right. A lot of these dudes who don't have money, didn't have status, some of these dudes go back and get their dream girl from high school. And as a man, you cannot not afford not to look at the character of a woman. You can't afford not to look at the character of a woman. It's imperative that you look at the character, because that woman's morality, her character, that woman can bring you down. At the end of the day, this is why I kind of tell dudes, like, that's why it's kind of a wild game to really play, to really sleep around. That's why it becomes a wild game. Because if you get some loving that you like, most guys get some sex that they like, or in the end, or convenient, and that's how they pick their woman, and that's wrong. That's the wrong way to pick the woman that you want to be with. No. You want to pick that woman based off of character that you're going to be with, that's going to procreate with, that you're going to bring home to your mother and your parent, your father. You want to pick that woman based off character. So most people don't. Most people don't pick them off character. You pick them off the convenience of how she look, how the pussy feel. And most of them dudes ain't really never had a woman who had that 5'5", who was really good at sex. Most women are average at sex, average at best, if you're being honest. And women watch damn near more porn than guys do. And they still just lay there like a starfish. They got sex classes to show them how to suck it and all that, and still be trash. They take pole dancing classes, they do Kegels, all this shit, and still be subpar. So, very rarely, and I said this in one of my other videos, very rarely do you find a woman who just got excellent vagina. Like, it's just slimy, great. You ain't got to feel good through the con. Every once in a while you find women like that. And they usually not good women. They're not the women that you want to marry. And niggas make the mistake and try to marry them. Dude, this dude, you literally can get the fuck over. I hate driving in in the suburbs. I can't even consider this the suburb. This is the country. Michigan is all country outside of like Detroit, really. So, but yeah. So, but she's right. Those are the ones that save. Now, does that mean that, you know, affluent men or men that understand the game don't mess with those women? No, they still mess with those women, but they understand to separate the sexual feeling, the sex, the lust. They are able to separate those feelings, you know, from, you know, girlfriend material. They able to separate that. You know, they able to separate that. Most guys, when their sex is good or she finesse, and women know how to finesse you, especially a hoe, they be real cool, know how to massage you, massage your ego. Y'all smoking, they be playing 2K. Y'all see Finesse 2 times playing 2K with his girl and she made him rage quit. Like, they be like mad cool. And you forget that. Now, if you can deal with her whole ways, you can deal with sharing her with other people. You know, you can deal with, you know, you dealing with women for, you know, that's hoes. They do things for money. So they may sell you out for money. You know, they might go to the highest bidder. If you can deal with the possibility that she gonna deal with other niggas because of certain things that they have, when we start talking about, they might deal with him because she thinks he's attractive. She might deal with him based off because she think he got more money than you. If you can deal with the possibility that they want to deal with the next guy, you know what I'm saying? You want to deal with the next guy, or she can possibly leave at any moment, then shout out to you. Yeah, thank God, bro. Like, bro, I'm trying to get the fuck in this truck behind me, bro. I'm gonna end up like, boy, you should be able to mutual combat on the road. Hate them pickup these old brads and they pick up, hate them motherfuckers with a passion. But that's who be saving these women, bro. But then again, on the flip side of it, they still not satisfied. They, you know, that's one thing about, you know, that's when niggas talk about like baby mamas and all that type of shit. That's the wild thing about baby mamas and shit. To keep it a being with you. That's the crazy shit about them, because in the same thing with these women, you think a guy went out his way to save you, give you another chance, you shouldn't even be a wife. You get a guy that's willing to take the load off you, save you, you know what I'm saying? You know, be your husband, help raise, you know, be a good dude. You'll think, oh man, all right, these women will be better. They you know, ooh, this is my last chance. Whew, this is my last chance. I better treat this guy good. No. Women are very, I don't want to use the word selfish. They are selfish. That's not the word. They want it all. They want it all. Women want it all. They're going to try to get as much as they get possible, even if it get them cut off. And that's what they do. They guys send them these good men, or these men they shouldn't even have, and they still want to go. They still can't respect them and be with them and treat them right. They're going to mess it up. This is why baby mamas don't deserve to be saved and hoes don't deserve to be saved. Because once you save them, it's just not like, okay, I'm gonna be a good woman. I'm gonna do the things I need to do. I'm gonna have a better attitude. I'm gonna do the wifely duties. No. Women like, you know, being in victim mode. Women like complaining. You know, that's what they like. That's what they like. They like to be stressed. They like to go through drama. Especially black women, they like that shit. So when that man come in and save them, it ain't like, okay, I'm gonna do everything right. These other women out here that don't have kids, that are younger, I gotta compete with them. So let me treat this man right. Let me do everything he wants. Let me reciprocate. They still don't do that. So that's why you don't really deal with baby mamas. You don't deal with hoes. You give them nothing but penetration, you know, and you keep it moving, because they're the most disingenuous. You know, they never going to be happy. They never going to be content. Just think about it. If you're dealing with a hoe or a baby mama, let's just say both, and let's say they 29 years old. You know how many real niggas she been around, bro? You know how many real men she been around and she didn't met and been with, and she ain't picked not one of them. You can't satisfy that, bro. Women that's always single and happy, they happy single because I said I've done videos on this before. They are happy single because they want to do what they want to do, flat out. But hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Peace.